Duress, a bad day deal written and narrated by Markia Terry. One evening, Kira attended a dinner party at her good friend Sasha's house. They were celebrating Sasha's 22nd birthday, and about 8 guests were in attendance. All was going well until Amber showed up. She was Kira's ex best friend and sworn enemy. You see, Kira and Amber had been best friends since the first grade. They had been through everything together, from wetting the bed at sleepovers, puberty, and catty high school cliques. Through it all, Kira and Amber always had each other's backs in what seemed to be an unbreakable bond. That is, until Tim came into the picture. Tim was the hottest guy in school, blah blah blah. Senior year, he hooked up with Kira, broke her heart, and all she had left was Amber's shoulder to cry on. 2 months later, Tim asked Amber to the prom, and Amber readily agreed. Say what? Yes, scandalous, I know. Which, by doing so, obviously dissolved her lifelong friendship with Kira. What's worse is Tim and Amber got into a relationship shortly after prom and had stayed together ever since. What I didn't mention before is that Tim also showed up to Sasha's 22nd birthday dinner with none other than his girlfriend Amber because, let's face it, the two are inseparable. Needless to say, a horrible misadventure occurred that night, and it was pretty sad for Sasha because it ruined her 22nd birthday, but for everyone else in attendance, it was a pretty entertaining event to witness and an even better story to tell. But back to the story. So Kira tried to play it cool that night, but her feelings got the best of her. She began hurling insults at Amber, and the two ex-best friends got into each other's faces. Kira stormed out of the house, threatening Amber by saying, "If I ever catch you in the streets, I swear I'll hit you with my car." Amber, along with all the other guests at the party, got up and followed Kira, who was hastily getting into her vehicle outside. In response to Kira's threat, Amber yelled, "Oh yeah? Well, I'd like to see that happen." As Kira was pulling away from the house, Amber quickly got into her vehicle and pulled out in front of Kira's car, just enough to block her from exiting the neighborhood. Seeing this, Kira became infuriated and began speeding toward Amber's vehicle. Initially, Amber didn't move, but Kira didn't slow her speed and kept charging towards Amber. Fearing that she would get T-boned, Amber quickly reversed her vehicle and caused Kira to miss her by just a hair. Kira continued driving and went home. But wait, there's more. Just as Amber was backing up, she struck another car coming down the road, paralyzing the driver, who soon died 2 weeks later. Amber was arrested and tried for vehicular manslaughter. Amber tried to use duress as her defense. Do you think this would stand up in the court? Well, let's take a look at the definition of duress. Unlawful pressure brought to bear on the accused, causing him or her to perform an act that she would not have performed otherwise. A defendant claiming duress must prove that she or another was threatened with serious bodily harm or death. The harm threatened was greater than the harm caused by her crime, and the threat was immediate and inescapable, and she was put into the situation, giving rise to the threat through no fault of her own. Now, let's face it, homegirl Amber is pretty messed up here. She claims duress on the basis of fearing that Kira would strike her vehicle and potentially end her life. Amber argues that she had no choice but to reverse to avoid the threat of imminent danger. That would work, but Amber could have avoided the situation entirely by staying in the house. She also purposely obstructed Kira's lane on the road and provoked the incident. And you could argue that the harm threatened was greater than the harm caused by her crime, but that really wouldn't work because we're talking a life for a life here, and we really don't want to get into that. So basically, Amber kind of stirred things up, and therefore she was sentenced to 10 years in prison and convicted of vehicular manslaughter. The crazy part about it is you guys probably think this story is about duress and everything, but it's really just a testament to why you shouldn't hang around and, fool around and, spend your time with, like jerky guys. I'm just saying.